Yeah, 67, and we are rolling.
All right, get
Is
your
the
cheers ready.
audio sound good?
I sound amazing.
You want more?
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
Okay, it's perfect.
The truth is I never... That's what I blast when you're not here.
The Madonna version?
Oh, of course. And, I'm very disappointed because she only says, don't cry for me, Argentina, twice. That's all I want to sing the whole time.
All right, save it for the show.
All right, ready? A countdown?
Oh, it's going. Yep.
Welcome to Lisa Beat to Meet, episode 67. Be careful, these glasses are very old. There's a chip in this one.
Cheers.
Smooth, like a baby's bottom in a glass.
I think I'm starting to notice
Nisus?
different kinds of whiskey.
That's different.
Yeah. Wow.
We're drinking some 21-year-old whiskey, Red Breast. It was $1 million.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, so we might as well break out the most expensive
time
alcohol we've ever purchased.
How much was it?
Woo. It's $3.50 a bottle.
Okay, well.
This was Lisa's birthday present. We don't.
No, it was my push present.
Oh, push, yeah. We don't.
For giving birth to Max.
We don't flex on $300 bottles of booze very often.
Stop. Make us seem cooler than that.
It's, yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Where's my Budweiser?
Welcome.
In a bottle.
Uh-huh. Oh. Anyways, tonight's episode, I'm running it because just like a female, I can do it all, Take care of the babies, make the food, run the podcast.
Sure, yeah.
Drink my $350 bottle of whiskey. I got this.
Do it.
All right. Before we get into the meat and potatoes today, we're going to talk about food. Memorial Day just happened. We had a big cookout here, and we got all the Beyond Beef burgers. There's a bunch of people here that weren't vegans, and I feel do you think they liked the Beyond Beef? I don't really know.
I don't know. Whenever we have a party, yeah, it's like a wedding.
Yeah, you're never paying attention.
Yeah, I've had a couple of them, so just kidding. We didn't really have a wedding.
We didn't.
But yeah, I didn't eat anything. I didn't see if anyone was. But people brought food, and
our neighbors brought some spring rolls. Those were really good.
And they said they listened to our podcast.
That's embarrassing.
So neighbors,
I mean,
if you're
not
listening,
that you shouldn't be listening, but it's really it's
a
not
huge
embarrassing. It's a weird feeling because it's I obviously want people to listen, but at the same time, when they do, it's oh my God, that's a pretty intimate thing to listen to.
Yeah, and if you're meeting new people, like neighbors, it's a slow relationship that grows.
Yeah, it goes from
time.
Hey, how are you, to oh my God, you heard what I said?
Yeah.
I'm really inappropriate,
Yeah, but they seemed like they're cool, down with it.
Yeah,
they weren't. They came over.
I guess that's true. If they were really alienated, they probably wouldn't have come over.
Did you hear what Lisa said in episode 65? Don't repeat
crazy. Oh yeah. Okay. Anyways, we had a cookout here, and we had the Beyond Beef burgers. Actually, one of the articles that I wanted to talk about is specifically about Beyond Beef.
I've read a couple of them.
But Beyond Beef burgers. So we had a couple extra, and I would just make burgers like normal because they're just so good. But honestly, we've had Beyond Beef burgers I think 3 or 4 nights out of the last 7.
Well, yeah, we had some people over a week ago. And we bought 4 because there's 4 people, and then
2 packages.
Yeah, and then
other people brought them over.
Dr. Sprinkles brought 8 more over.
Yeah. So we just had a bunch of extra.
Which was awesome.
Yeah. Will you go grab Max?
Yep.
And go. So we had a bunch of a ton.
And then we had our party, and then more people brought some over. Yeah, and we bought a bunch.
Meat after meat after meat. Anyways, I used those, and I made a meatloaf, and I was the only one to eat this because you went out to dinner tonight with James, but it was good. I don't know. I've never had meatloaf.
Looked I've had lots, so I'll be the judge of that. I'm assuming
that's what meatloaf. I mean, it just tastes like meat in loaf form.
Okay.
I don't know. It had a good sauce on it, that ketchup. Well, I use I made a sauce. Obviously, I'm not going to use just straight up ketchup.
Yeah,
but it was good.
Was there applesauce? Some
you
people
put
do that.
Applesauce in it?
I think so. I don't know.
To bake it, or
I'm just making that up. No, that'd be gross. Maybe people put it on it. I think people put it on it.
Okay.
Because of side.
Okay, I feel like it's been a long time since you've had.
Yeah. My mom used
they
to
put
make
applesauce on pork chops.
Pretty
don't
mean.
they?
Yes, definitely that too.
That's weird.
Because real meat is so dry, you have to smother it
And
in
stuff.
sauces. Yeah.
Well, I'm really good at making sauces.
When I was, you
Saucy.
are. You first thing you told me when you cooked for me was I should be a sous chef.
I don't
A
think
sauce chef.
I don't think I knew what I was saying, but yeah, I like sauces, man.
But I went out to eat tonight and I hadn't eaten. I fasted for 24 hours.
Yeah, Jimmy's trying to do
Still
this,
not sure why.
this intermittent fasting. Well, there's like benefits of it. I think we talked about it a little bit. But like,
Yeah.
why? What was your motivation
We haven't done a show on it.
to lose weight
No. Well, the first time I did it was
for allergies?
for allergies. I read a couple articles that it's good for allergies, but it's more of like a reset. So I was reading today that a couple articles that, like I mentioned, are, like I said, I don't have any of this research, but that it's more valuable in men than women.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it recharges your cells.
Okay.
If you're someone who lifts weights, you might recover faster.
Okay.
And
I try to do it, and it just doesn't. That's
build
not for
muscle
me.
faster. No, it's not. It's
But I'm like not stressed, but like I use all those calories I'm eating.
Yeah.
Like 100%. Yeah. I
Yeah.
walked around the conservatory today with Max the entire time, and a fourth of the time I was holding Bob too. So I was carrying a good 65 pounds, just like.
yeah, you're getting your work in.
Let's just walk around this cute little park. So yeah, no, I don't think it's for me, but it's for you. I don't know, what were we talking about? So you fasted and then you ate.
Oh yeah, I was looking at a menu today at a restaurant and thinking like, because it was just James and I was like, what if I just ate a cheeseburger right now?
You
just
thought that?
Just jokingly in my head.
Okay.
But then I like processed
Ew.
quickly like how much I don't have any interest in that, mostly because of it reminded me of the dryness. It never really was that good. I think I've
Really?
said this before, but chicken and burgers, you think they're good because I think you're just supposed to think that.
Okay.
And then the more they're dressed up, the better they are. And now I
don't know,
think
I
about
never-
the stuff we eat. Like I could eat a Beyond Beef burger
Solo.
on a bun with nothing. And I used to have a friend that would eat like a hamburger. When you go to McDonald's, you'd order a hamburger or a cheeseburger. Today, that's unheard of. But the thought of eating a hamburger before I was vegan was like laughable. Like
Because
might as
it
well
had
just
to have
eat some dirt. It needs cheese and
that
obviously
special
cheese
sauce.
and whatever else on it. But no, anyways, they're really good and meat's gross and yeah,
Okay.
I'm wicked vegan and that's
Oh.
the point of my story.
Good intro. Anyways, I made a meatloaf out of Beyond Beef. So pro, tasty. Con, it was a pretty expensive meatloaf.
Oh God. Oh yeah, those burgers aren't cheap.
It's like what, like $8.99 or no? It's like
No, they're not that bad now. They're
$6.99?
down to like $5.
Okay, well, it was still
Especially at
an
Whole
expensive
Foods.
meatloaf. I think they're $5.99 at
I
Whole
saw,
Foods.
not to interrupt you.
Yeah, because this is my show.
Yes. Whole
talking a lot.
Foods bought by Amazon.
Yeah, they're
Right.
trying to cut their prices.
Yeah, Amazon was trying to get rid of this. I saw this on the news.
Oh,
The stigma of whole paycheck, Whole Foods. I thought your mom made that up.
so did I.
They said that they're trying to get rid of the joke whole paycheck. And they did initially bring it down, and they offered a ton of stuff for Amazon Prime members.
No, they
But-
didn't. No, they
Well,
didn't.
that's what they
It
claimed,
was
and
like
it didn't work.
It was. I swear to God, my bill every time I go there it's always over $100. I'm buying like a pack of LaCroix and some beer. It's $100. I don't know what happens. And they're like, "Can you scan? Do you have a Whole Foods app so we can scan it?" And I'm always like, "Yeah, sure." Compliant with like the places that I frequent. Like I don't like giving my information out to like random stores. But like I
Yeah.
go to Whole Foods all the time. I was like, I don't know, maybe they'll send me a damn coupon or something. And I swear it was like, "Oh, you got your discount of 74 cents. Thanks."
But is that through Amazon?
I don't know
Like-
where the fuck it was from. It wasn't worth it.
Well, the Amazon is
With my
claiming
$17 blueberries.
that you're going to get a huge discount as a Prime member.
Nah, look,
And-
I'm
but
all
you're getting
in
it
on
delivered
Amazon.
too, right?
Yeah, I'm all in on Amazon. I'm all in on Prime Amazon. I do Whole Foods. Like I am what they want, and it's still really expensive.
Well, anyways, it didn't work. So they said that they're rolling out a whole nother level of
lower prices.
lower prices.
But I mean, with lower prices comes a downside, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, not for the biggest company in the history of the universe.
I guess.
They could probably maintain
But
the
isn't that
quality
kinda
of Whole
like-
Foods. And
Isn't that the same thing that Walmart did, though? Is that they like blew out all the competition so that they can make their prices lower? I mean, I want lower prices, but I'm saying that there's a reason why those prices are higher. I don't want an inferior product, and I also don't want to be messing up with the balance of the like economic ecosystem, you know?
Yes, I feel you. No, we'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't notice, so I have no idea.
Okay. You would, though, because it's really expensive. Anyways, what we were talking about meatloaf. Can I start with my?
Yeah, you're doing
my-
your food, so you're
okay.
ready for the show.
We're ready for the show. Besides my normal vote for us for the podcast awards.
Oh, do that.
It's almost over though, so
Yeah, the end of May. So this is your last chance, perhaps.
last chance. Get in there, vote again, vote 7 times.
Wait, Friday's the end of the.
It's over
month.
May 1st or May 31st.
Okay, so this is the last show that you're going to hear
You're
us
gonna
say
hear
this.
Okay.
But Lisa's going to get a party bus.
Yep.
And if you're in Columbus,
My allowance.
you can go on the party bus with us and drive around town. And there's also
Veg Fest.
Veg Fest. Yeah, so Columbus's big vegan festival
Yeah.
or vegetarian
Like
festival.
you
or is
guys
it
think
vegan?
I'm kidding when this is open to the public.
I'm not kidding.
I'm not. I'm dead serious in that, you know, I'll get alcohol and we will go on a party bus and we're going to all the vegan spots. It's going to be
So
great.
Lisa beats your meat at gmail.com
Yep.
if you want to go on the party bus.
Mm-hmm.
Totally for free.
I live at 145 South Royce.
Close.
Just kidding. Isn't that Kat's address?
It's like across the street. No. But just have to email us and let us know. We'll tell you when and where. And also, if you're nowhere near Columbus, just email lisabeachyourmeat@gmail.com. I think it would be fun. We get a lot of questions. I think we should add a segment to the show
Of
where we
answering
respond
questions?
to emails.
Okay.
So if you email us at lisabeachyourmeat@gmail.com.
I get asked about my skincare line like all the time. So
Is this a secret skincare
I'm
line?
just kidding.
This is called. You work for Botox now.
No, kidding.
But yeah, shoot us an email about any questions or show ideas, and we'll gladly talk about them, and maybe even with you. But lisabeachmeat@gmail.com. Come on a party bus. Vote at ColumbusPodcastAwards.com. If you already voted
Oops.
for us in the best arts category, like we said last episode, we just figured out that we're
In the overall, too.
yeah. There's an overall one too.
I don't know, but
And if
that's
you're
like
listening
on
to
the
this
bottom.
after May 31st, you can't vote for us, but you can probably still come on our party bus.
For sure.
The more
you can
people we
still come
get,
on
the bigger
party
bus we're gonna get. So,
Hell yeah, I'm gonna get one of those with a stripper pole.
yep. So far, we're up to just 2 segways. So, just kidding. We got a good chunk so far, but it's gonna be a fun afternoon, and we'll probably just end it in Veg Fest.
Yeah, we'll just dump everyone off there. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can park there too.
All right. Tonight's podcast, I would like to talk about an article that I found, Jimmy. I feel like this is like going to be back to me teaching. Okay?
I don't even know
You're
what's
my
going on.
student, and I'm the teacher. So it's about vitamin D and your risk for skin cancer and sun exposure. This has nothing to do with being vegan. Besides, I don't
summertime.
know. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's applicable, but it's not necessarily like a vegan thing. But I started reading it, and it's really interesting. So first of all, you heard of Dr. Grieger? He's the guy that wrote How Not to Die.
That's the G-Bomb guy.
No, that's Dr. Furman. Dr. Grieger has like the Daily Dozen that you're supposed to eat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. We have the book over there. It's like has like written out in vegetables how not to die.
Is he bald?
I think so. But I mean, God, you can't really. That's him.
That's good. He's on like vegan memes now, so he's like
Really?
He's like the vegan.
Oh, he's
He's the face of
Hold
veganism.
on. Dr. Grieger has lectured at the conference on world affairs. He appeared before Congress, appeared on the Dr. Oz show, the Colbert Report, and was invited as an expert witness in the defense of Oprah Winfrey at the infamous meat defamation trial.
Do you remember when we tried to get him on our show?
Yeah, and he was like, do you have $25,000 or 25,000 followers?
Yeah, he wanted to. We needed like
And I was like, no, we have like
a
10.
bejesus amount of YouTube followers, which
Well, I mean, he is a big deal.
yeah, but so is Moby.
That's right. Well, we tricked
So
Moby.
is Dr. Furman.
Yeah.
I get it. You're busy, but I don't think
up.
you should have a requirement for being on a show. Just
Especially
be
for like our type of show. It's not like we're selling something.
we're spreading a good message.
Yeah. He
And-
didn't want to. Okay, well, let's not shit talk him. I want to talk about his. Anyways.
He's done great work.
His website, it's called nutritionfacts.org, has a ton of like cool articles you can read just about like everything to do with health. But this one really stuck out, and it says, is the risk of skin cancer from sun exposure overblown?
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Talk about my tan, baby.
right. Okay. So I guess I can like go through like the gist of it, and then we can get into the details of like what I'm talking about. But the gist of this says that people got scared from going out in the sun, and that there was like not propaganda, but there was, I guess there was propaganda from people from the sun, from like dermatologists that said, wear your sunscreen and avoid the sun. And that led to deficiencies in vitamin D. And sometimes, so there's like a bunch of different reasons, but like sometimes being in the sun is a good thing. So, for example, it says that at the turn of the century, vitamin D deficiency was rampant because, people weren't going out in the sun as much, okay? And so that's when things started to get fortified.
Like 100 years ago?
100 years ago, yeah, with the shade of buildings and coal soot in the air. Really, like the...
Oh, yeah, it was
what's
like...
that called? The
Industrial Revolution?
Yeah, it like blocked out the sun.
There was no sunshine.
Right, so people weren't getting vitamin D, and it was like an issue, and they were getting like rickets and like crazy...
Well, even if there was sun, they were inside
all day,
12
working.
hours a day, sun up to sundown, including the weekend.
Right. So they weren't getting vitamin D, and it was causing a bunch of issues, right? So as like a society, the Food and Drug, council or whatever, were like, ooh, let's put it in our food. So they put primarily in the milk. So the Dairy Council like jumped on it and was like, we'll fortify. That's easy. So vitamin D is usually found in milk. It's found in cereals. Breads and stuff. Anything that's kind of like a process.
All just added.
It's a fortified food, right?
But is it in anything naturally?
Yes. Damn, son. Let me get to that.
Sorry.
Anyways, it's in the sun, motherfucker.
Oh, so you have like a plan that you're working through so you don't want interrupted?
Okay. Anywho. So it was, so the Dairy Council, and then also beer was fortified.
Okay.
So Schlitz?
Yes,
the beer?
Of course I know Schlitz.
Okay, so it says, this is an ad from back in the day. It says, beer is good for you, but Schlitz with sunshine vitamin D is extra good for you. So drink Schlitz regularly.
Schlitz
every
didn't
day.
like when hipsters showed up.
Come back?
Didn't like get out some WD-40 and spray off all their old machines and get the old Schlitz.
Instead of PBR.
Well, PBR turned into a freaking like name beer in every bar. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I don't like PBR.
It didn't last long, but it was enough where like if Schlitz rolled up, I would buy the shit out of that. Even
is
like
it good? I have no idea.
No, it's
I
don't even know.
I wouldn't drink that.
I don't even know if I've ever had a Schlitz.
Okay, well, it's good for you.
I lost it in the woods at a party. I was very disappointed in myself. A Schlitz hat with the two beers on each side with the straws.
Yeah.
It was my grandfather's, so it was like personal too. And and then I had a Schlitz cooler. We had a couple Schlitz jokes that I can't say because it's
okay.
2019.
When I was like, make sure you give commentary. This is not
This
what
is
I
what you
meant.
want to know.
I'm just kidding.
Well, I was gonna get to is not get to the Miller Lite can. I think it was like 10 years ago now.
Yeah, when they did the retro.
Yeah, they were like
that's it.
limited time only. I was in college. It was like 15 years ago. I remember I just kept buying it. Like, this is only going to last a minute. If they came out with a Miller Lite can now that was the Miller Lite can, people would be like,
what's that?
What's the retro? Yeah,
right.
It was a bright blue can.
It was very 90s looking.
They should do that.
Okay. All right. Anyways. So these foods were fortified with vitamin D, right? Because people weren't going out in the sun and all these issues were starting or whatever. But as Dr. Grieger points out, that those are good. that's great that you're supplementing, but like it would take 15 to 20 cups of fortified milk, beer, or juice, whatever it's fortified with, to get what you need. So these fortified foods, they're good, but they're not going to do it, right?
Yeah.
So there's supplements, okay? Like when I took our kids to the pediatrician, they were like, cool, you got a baby, go get some vitamin D supplements. My mom was like, you need vitamin D
Yeah, I was
drops.
there when she said that.
It's like a big deal.
Doctor.
It's like a very well-known thing among all babies. Go get those vitamin D drops. It's super important that you get vitamin D. Vitamin D, all these vitamins are their cell reproduction and just like being you need these vitamins in your life. But so Dr. Krieger goes into this like wormhole basically that's saying, what if the supplements weren't available though? Or what if the drops weren't there? If we didn't have the vitamin D drops, like how are we supposed to get our son? And he's saying that okay, I don't know. It was really kind of confusing that, well, first of all, the American Academy of Dermatology says that no one should be exposed to direct sunlight without sun protection. So they're saying wear sunscreen at all times.
No, it should just be out in the sun.
No, you need sunscreen or shade.
Who's saying this?
The American Academy of Dermatology. Okay. But if you think about it, dermatologists, what do? One, they take skin cancer off your body.
Yeah.
And two, they're trying to prevent skin cancer. So in their eyes, they're like, only wear sunscreen because we care about skin cancer. But what about other cancers? Okay. And here's where it gets confusing. Because if I'm in the sun and I'm exposing myself to possibly getting skin cancer, what am I doing in the sun? Do people go and sit on couches in the sun?
No.
No. When you're in the sun, you're most likely going to be doing something of an active.
Yeah.
Doing something active.
But all right. So them saying this though, I mean, they're going to benefit from cancer and bad skin. So
yeah, but they're still trying to prevent it.
So I'm saying, they're coming from a good place, a genuine place.
Yeah.
But this doesn't even make sense to me. Like
what?
I don't know, you can go religious, you can go like Darwin, you can go whatever direction, like natural thought. Mm-hmm. We're just humans plopped on an earth with a giant ball of fire in the sky, and we're just functioning.
And we're supposed to avoid it? Yeah.
Were people like rubbing dirt on themselves? Like we've been around for a long time before Coppertone showed up. I don't think naturally.
Well, oh my God! Now you're getting into like evolution because
not even
some people
evolution,
that were
but even like 100 years ago, like.
Well, like in our neck of the woods here, we have full sun in the summertime, but not even. Sometimes it's cloudy. The sun's not beating down on us all day long.
No, but it is enough that I don't see people just like
hanging out all day.
Running around with skin cancer all over the place.
Right.
It happens.
Well, you also, not to go down like a crapshoot, but I think the sun's changed a bit.
The sun has not changed.
Like the
global warming. That's why we need Coppertone.
I think that maybe how the sun affects us is a little bit more intense these days.
I think saying that you shouldn't be in direct sunlight is insanity.
Okay. But that's one end of the spectrum, okay?
Yeah.
And then like the tanning bed industry is on the other end, and they're like, no. So there's UV light.
Yeah, that's different.
Hold on, there's UV light, and then there's let me get over here. UV, and then what's the other one?
The other light?
Yeah, like UV rays are cool,
ultraviolet.
But the other kind aren't. It was in here. I don't remember where it is. Okay, but let me get back to it. So if you're out in the sun, possibly putting yourself at risk for skin cancer, you're most likely doing active things in the sun. So this Dr. Krieger is saying, and let me find it. I know why you read all your quotes on here.
Well, laying at the beach is not active. Laying at the pool is not active. So I could see why they told us, like, if you're just laying there like a, potato in the sun, that you probably want to put some stuff on.
Okay. Let me just read this. That's annoying. I get it now. All right. Sweden. There's a study in Sweden found that those diagnosed with skin cancer tend to live longer and have less heart attacks and hip fractures. Okay. So Sweden found that those those diagnosed with skin cancer tended to live longer and have less heart attacks and hip fractures. So media, I guess, apparently took this and said sunbathers live longer, and it was kind of like a gotcha thing because it was like, why is this, right?
Yeah.
And then only natural UV exposure was associated with reduced mortality. However, artificial UV exposure like tanning beds associated with an increased mortality. So going to tanning beds is not, you're not reaping any benefits besides looking tan.
Is that because you're not active while you're getting sun, or because you're getting a different you're getting an artificial sun?
Twofold. It's an artificial sun. It's an artificial light, and then you're not in the sun being active. We're just assuming that's the whole like assuming part of this study is that if you're in the sun, we're assuming you're being active.
Do you remember that when I went tanning?
Yeah, we used to like go tanning.
Well, not even go tanning, but the apartment I was living in had a tanning booth at the gym, and it was free. Mm-hmm. And I was suffering from terrible back knee.
Yeah, God.
Oh my gosh, horrifying. But before I was vegan, it completely went away when I went vegan. Mm-hmm. But they were, like, we're talking.
They're doozies.
Like all over.
They weren't even pimples. They were like.
They were horrifying.
They were like cancer on
I couldn't sit in a chair. Dermatologist gave me like piles of prescription drugs.
She was like, you may not operate a heavy vehicle anymore, but this will clear your back up.
When I went back for a follow-up and it didn't work, all the drugs, she like called in 2 interns to show them.
What's
and
up
everybody was like, whoa, like nothing.
Yeah.
And then she offered me something that she was like, this is pretty serious what we want to offer you, but you're going to have to come in for blood work every other week. And I was like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
But veganism.
You were under a ton of stress.
I was stressed.
Physically, mentally.
But
going through a divorce.
Yeah. But in the summer, I remember it would be better. Like I've always had it. I've always had it, stressed or not.
Sun always makes your zits go away.
I've had back knee, but vegan makes your zits go away. Yeah. Like I don't get it in the winter or the summer now. But anyways, we went tanning. And the one thing I remember about it though, which I would never go tanning, FYI, because I'm super manly and that's not manly. It was very relaxing.
Yeah.
Like when do you just get put into a bubble?
For like 15 minutes.
For 15 minutes, you can't do
like a blanket.
Anything at all.
Yeah.
Like it was so relaxing.
Point. It's like meditating.
Some like but like force. Even when I do yoga.
That's a good like let's do business, you know? You can come and take a 15-minute nap in our house.
Just get in there. Yeah, what could we put in there besides skin cancer?
I don't know.
Well.
Okay. Anyways, anywho.
But yeah.
Tanning bed's not going to give you vitamin D. Or if they do give you vitamin D, the negative impacts of lying in a suntan booth outweigh the benefits of the vitamin D. Okay. I don't think it gives you vitamin D. Anyways, so the reduce mortality, blah blah blah. So then he says, so then why would those who run around outside enough to get skin cancer live longer? Maybe it's because they're running around. Right. More exercise may explain why people live longer. So that's kind of an interesting thing is that, I don't know. People all the time, I'm going to get in trouble, but people all the time get problems, illnesses, diseases, cancers or whatever. And what like a bizarre concept that, hey, if I'm exercising, and he later on talks about like how your eating right can, help prevent these, but it's taking ownership obviously for your own life, but like
in trouble about
whatever. But like, what a weird, bizarre concept, that.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that just occurred to me is like when we were studying the longest lived cultures, another universal quality, regardless of culture, wherever you were on the globe, northern, southern hemisphere, was high elevation, because there's a lot of reasons. Your heart's working harder, but aren't you exposed to the sun more or less at a high elevation?
Well, it's all this. Dr. Greger's only talking about vitamin D. I don't know. So like,
yeah, but no, I mean, it's tying it into how active a person is.
That's true. You're outside.
Yeah,
You're not
but you're
gonna
at a
be-
high elevation, so your heart's working harder.
You know what? That's a really
Same
good
thing
point.
as
'Cause,
like working in a field, your heart's working harder.
Right. There's a lot of like new hip. God, I'm so in the mindset of trying to make money right now. So like everything that comes in my head, I'm like, that's a fucking business idea.
Lisa's trying to get a hustle.
I am sorry, but like
Podcast ain't paying it.
it is not. But there's all these workout places, right? And like CrossFit or
Yeah.
CrossFit,
Ton of businesses
or, you
flaring
know,
up.
whatever.
Kickboxing.
To work out. But I'm wondering if you incorporated like, hey, we're gonna work out outside, and it's gonna produce like way more benefits than working out inside.
Yeah.
It probably would.
Some places do that.
Yeah, but that's just an idea. Okay. Anyways, so this vitamin D, that study that I said about those people getting skin cancer who lived longer, that was in Sweden. But in the United States, we don't have those numbers to back it up. But it does say in the United States says that 50,000 American cancer deaths may be attributed to low vitamin D levels. Okay. Think about that. This is what I always did in my class. Hey, stop. Think about what I just said. So anyways,
Like, process this.
50,000 American cancer deaths may be attributed to low vitamin D. So saying if these people are getting vitamin D, 50,000 people might not have got cancer or might not have died from cancer. Okay. They might have got
Okay.
cancer, but 50,000 deaths might, I mean, these are all correlation studies. These are not,
yeah.
ergo.
Would this be, well, no. What did we say that every person with a fatal disease is high alkaline acidity?
Uh-huh.
Would that equate at all?
I
Or
don't
is that
know.
totally
I don't know
unrelated?
what vitamin D and acidity.
Yeah.
Well, so like when you said that, I was actually kind of confused. You said that everyone who's ever died everywhere is acidic. Did you mean like their blood, their body? What was they testing?
Well,
Do you remember?
would alkaline or
have
acidity
no idea.
be in your blood? I would assume.
I don't know.
We
That's out
shouldn't
of
talk
my-
about
yeah.
everything. Just so you know, we don't know what we're talking about.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. But let me say this.
I'll go back and look at that.
Okay, so it says that 50,000 American cancer deaths may be attributed to low vitamin D. Okay, could be avoidable with more sunlight exposure. But with more sunlight exposure, that may kill 12,000 Americans from skin cancer.
Wait,
Okay?
12,000.
So it's like,
How many people die if you might not have this?
No, but
of
I can
skin
look it up.
cancer.
how
I
many?
don't think a lot.
No, skin cancer is a bad one. How many die? I need one of those, I need like a computer guy. You know, how many die?
I can be your computer guy.
No, but like on call, skin
Yeah.
cancer each year.
I don't feel like a lot of people do.
Do you want to give a guess?
Only if I knew how many people died of real cancer. But I would guess, I don't know,
Okay, well, this is different because skin cancer,
50,000?
if you can get skin cancer checked and removed, and it's cool.
Yeah, that's all I've ever heard of. I
Okay.
don't know anyone who's died of it, but I
skin
do know
cancer?
a lot of people
Well,
who
because
have had
it turns
and they had
into
it
another
removed.
type of cancer.
And it's on your skin, so you can see it. So there's probably early detection, right?
Yeah, but like once that cancer moves past a certain point, it's now this type of cancer. It's now in your kidneys. It's now in your blood, and you're dying from blood cancer. You're not necessarily dying from skin cancer.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Anyways,
Yeah.
it says that 4.3 million cases are diagnosed each year.
Okay, yeah, but that's
4.3
not death.
Million, and that
No, I'm not saying that's not a good thing. I'm sorry if you
15,000
have skin cancer.
15,000 deaths in the United States.
Okay.
Okay,
50,000?
15,000.
15,000. That's not a lot.
Dude,
I'm not trying to say that's
you blowing
not a serious thing. The other thing, which could be just my over logical mind simplifying something like an idiot. Do you think there's any I don't want to say like training or exercise, but the more you're exposed to sun, the more your skin gets used to it? Like there's some cultures that are always in sun.
I think over
And then there's
evolution, maybe I don't
different
know. If
pigments, not even like evolution, just throughout your life. So like I
You
stay,
say, like-
I stay inside for 20 years, and I'm a white Irishman, which I very well could be. I'm very Irish, and I have people in my family that are very, very white. But I've just always been outside, so I get tan. And I've known people who have been super, super, super pale their whole life, and slow, and they're like, I just burn, and then it peels off. But then eventually
It worked it up.
worked it up, and then became a tan person and stayed pretty. I stayed pretty tan year round, and I'm
Dude,
as Irish as they come. My mother
don't know
gets super
the
tan.
scientific
I clearly don't either. I'm
thing
just
of
totally
getting-
just speculating.
of getting tan, but I would assume that like this color on our skin is something that's like been built up and left over. you
Yeah,
know?
but is that dangerous, or is this
Is it- it's
protecting
just-
me this summer? Like when I walk outside, am I just getting more possibility of getting cancer, or am I getting less because I have this?
Okay.
Because I
Well,
grew up running around.
Right,
No one
right.
put suntan
Back to-
lotion on as kids.
Back to my thing here is that it's basically saying that going out in the sun is not horrible. But I have read, and not this
Okay, yeah,
one,
that's the point of the article, right?
yeah, that I've read that getting burnt is bad though.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
different. That's
It is different.
Anything
and
in
that's-
excess.
If you get like really intensely burnt, it can have like lasting skin damage on your skin. I don't know, for like a really long ass
Yeah,
time.
we get burnt on the stove too. It's
Yeah.
not good.
So I guess the gist of the article is that putting on sunscreen is important, and I want to side note with this other new thing that says like, oh, skin or suntan lotion is like bad for you, but
Oh yeah, that's been
it's been, like,
circulating.
but going out in the sun is not a bad thing. Putting on sunscreen, like a good sunscreen is cool, but don't be
Like
afraid of the sun.
like a 2 or a 4.
like baby oil that has like 5 in it.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But I guess that's like the point of it. But anyways, he goes on more so, and this is like what was really shocking to me. I didn't realize how much I talk with my hands. I need
Oh, yeah,
I need
you
a
do.
mic-free, hands-free mic. Is that you can get a golden glow from phytonutrients from eating certain fruits and vegetables.
That's crazy.
Okay, I swear to God. So he even like got a whole video. I just watched it, but it says that if we want to look more attractive, how about eating more fruits and vegetables? When high kale models were pitted against high UV models, and at first I thought he meant like models,
Like chicks.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no.
ladies.
but he meant like a scientific study.
We have all these fine, skinny, tall girls.
these
some
ones
kale.
only eat kale, and these ones only eat the sun.
Kale
Anyways,
models and
says
UV
that
models.
that the carotenoid. I just stopped to like pronounce that right. Carotenoid.
Okay.
Carotenoid. I don't know. Phytonutrient
Okay, help
won
you
out. And it's been found in Caucasian, Asian, African American faces. He showed all these pictures of these college students, because they probably got paid to do this study, that if they went from eating like a normal, like it was like 3 servings of fruits and vegetables a day to like 8, that their skin like evened out, not just like, oh, I'm not getting zits anymore, like the tone of it like turned into like a nicer tone, and that it showed like the progression, and honest to God, these people looked tanner. And then he says that if you eat your not required, but your, what's that called, like when you're supposed to do recommended 13 servings of fruits and vegetables, that your skin's gonna get even better, and the tone, and you'll have a tan from freaking eating.
I could see that.
Tan,
Not a tan, but yeah,
like,
you're just gonna look healthier.
you look really, really healthy, and that makes sense on like a evolutionary, thought, because honestly, like, we're supposed to look the best we want to so we can procreate, right? Like, that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Like,
So
we
eat
want
your veggies looking
we want to
good.
look attractive to the not the opposite sex, whatever sex you want
But
to do.
I mean, does tan look attractive? Is that like
Hell yes, tan looks attractive.
is that like a
You like
preference?
a hot little body walking around in like short skirt and like tan body.
I like a tan body, but
Who doesn't like a tan? Who's like, oh, I like my women pale.
some people like pale.
No, they're
Like
okay.
emo people,
Not pale.
industrial revolution workers.
Not pale. Like, there is an appeal of like.
Oh, my chick to look like she's been in a factory for 7 days,
No.
49 hours a
The
day.
like there are some ladies that just have like alabaster skin.
There's some really pale people out there.
But
Like people
that's-
have a thing for redheads, and a lot of redheads are just totally white.
But that's not. I'm not white. They might still have like a good tone to their skin, though. You know.
I was trying to
Okay.
not alienate our white audience.
That's no. Anyways, so Dr. Krieger, in conclusion on that, says that if you eat your fruits and vegetables 13 servings a day, it can make you look tanner.
You think we get 13 servings a day?
Yeah, I think
we do.
so. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables.
It's all we eat, right?
Well, yeah, and here, like I've just stopped
Piece
buying.
of bread is not a fruit or vegetable, right?
No, and I don't even eat bread anymore.
Because you're keto.
No, but I think I've talked about this before, but one of my friends is gluten free, and I was like, I'm gonna do it, just in support of you.
Yeah.
And then I stopped eating gluten.
She's been on the show.
Yeah, I stopped eating gluten, and then I ate some gluten, and it made me feel bad. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gluten free now. But I don't think I am, because I had Satan's revenge, and that's like all Satan's realm.
Satan's
Damn
realm.
it.
While you're
Anyways.
mentioning it, we did finally have the beef and cheddar.
It was really good.
It's fantastic. If you're in Columbus, go get that. But you already know because everybody.
It's big.
It's huge.
It is. Anyways, but I had that, and that's all gluten, and it didn't make me feel bad. But I like being gluten free because it makes you avoid.
It was rid of refined carbs, which is.
It really does. Like,
It's the same thing with being not
Vegan.
keto, but like anything where you're making a decision to avoid.
a whole group.
Yeah, of crap, and that's a bad one.
Right. Yeah, like I'm not saying gluten's bad,
No.
but it just so happens that there's gluten in a lot of bad foods.
Yeah, it's not in seitan, right? I mean, there's gluten,
just
but there's not
gluten.
like the refined
No, it's just
bad stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. I really
Yeah, I think you're just removing the bad stuff.
I like being gluten
What were you
free.
just talking about? I had a thought.
Anyways, oh, do you want to talk about why sunscreen could be bad for you?
Yes.
I didn't even look this one up though. I'm
Well,
just
there's
like,
been some articles that it can like cause some issues with your skin and stuff.
yes. Why? Okay, this is good. This is fun because this is what the article. I haven't even read it yet,
It's
but
freestyling over here.
But this is fun because it's from wellnessmama.com, and it says why most sunscreen is harmful. So like from the get-go, I'm thinking this is just like a crazy vegan.
Did a tan mom.
No. But there's no pictures. Years ago, I shared my homemade sunscreen recipe. I'm just kidding. Look, I don't actually want to read this, but chemical sunscreens. So there's a lot of chemicals in sunscreens, and the gist of why these sunscreens, like chemical sunscreens, are bad for you is because they leach into your skin, and you're putting them all over your skin, and then those chemicals go somewhere. They
Yeah.
leach into your body.
And they're
But this is one of those, what's the benefits versus the drawbacks, you know?
yeah.
Like this is the same concept as like when I was pregnant and Zika was like the rage, right?
Yeah.
And Zika just went away. So did Ebola.
Well, yeah.
Like why is this not an outrage anymore?
So like, all right, here's my theory on sunscreen. I've had a few already.
All right, let's
but-
backtrack.
Being burned is bad.
Being burned is really bad for you.
Yeah. So when I go out in the sun, I don't want to get burnt to a crisp, especially if I've been inside for the whole winter. So I'm gonna put. So I personally will put on like
You start slow.
a low SPF or maybe a higher one,
I always put it on my face.
and then I get a little bit of a tan, so I know I'm not gonna burn anymore.
Do you want to compete this summer?
So then it's bad. So then I do. No,
totally
so then I stop and then I just go straight up.
To be honest, I don't put sunscreen on. Like I put it on my
Yeah.
face, and I put it on if I've been out for like a
Yeah.
really long time, and I'm
I
I'm
don't
getting
know.
burned.
I just feel like
And I never have, and I get really tan, and I have since I was like 3 years old.
yeah, and we're not that old, but there was this like covering your children in sunscreen. I feel like is a fairly new concept. We do it to our children, and we probably will continue to. But I spent
Do you know what I did to Bob today? I bought sunscreen from Whole Foods, so it's not the chemical kind.
Yeah.
But it's spray, and I sprayed it, and I was like, walk this way. So he got it on his face. That's how I put it on his face. Like I sprayed like a cloud, and I was just like, walk through it.
yeah. So the extent of sunscreen for me is preventing burn.
Yeah.
don't get burned.
Not
'Cause-
preventing the sun altogether.
Yeah, because the burn doesn't even give you the tan that protects you from the sun the next time. The burn just tears your skin up. Like one time I got burned so bad that at Bonnaroo, the first ever Bonnaroo,
Yeah.
and it was this is a long time ago, but I think I've told you this story where I wrote
Oh, you
something
wrote
on my back.
moron.
Yeah. So I used to this is embarrassing, but at this point,
I don't
my
know why
friend
you're
wrote
telling it.
Mo Ron on my back, and Mo is a band that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Fish.
Yeah, we know.
But I'd never been in Tennessee. I'd never been in the South, and I sat there
You got burnt.
and let the sun burn me because I wanted it to say this thing on my back. But what I was really doing is like killing myself. It was bad.
Yeah.
Like I should have gone to the hospital. I had
No, you shouldn't have.
like my shirt was wet from blisters,
Blisters?
like popping and dripping down my body.
Are
It
you
was
alive?
terrible. I'm fine. Yeah.
Did you get a disease?
No.
Did you
Not
get an
yet.
infection?
Not yet, but it was a bad thing.
Yeah, but why you got to go to the hospital if you're not going to
I
die?
guess you don't have to go to the hospital.
I go to the hospital if I'm going to die.
But your body's telling you something. Maybe I didn't need to go to the hospital. I actually would have if I was home because it was in so much pain.
Take some Tylenol.
But your body's saying, don't freaking do this.
Oh, for sure.
But now if I mow the lawn without a shirt off, a couple hours here, a couple hours there, and I slowly develop a nice
I can
summer
still
tan.
see like Moron just kind of like percolates out of your back a little bit.
Do you know I had 0 pictures of that? And you
No,
know-
I saw one.
yeah, you know why I have that?
Why?
Because we found it on the internet.
Oh.
Somebody sent it to me.
Really?
They found it on the internet. It was like, look at this moron.
Look at this
What a
moron.
moron. But anyways, back to sorry, I was on a tangent there.
I don't know
but
what you're talking
my thought process is just that
Wear sunscreen.
don't get burned. That's how I function. But work on a nice tan, and that
Okay.
prevents you from being burned. And I think that if the sun was so dangerous,
It
that
is.
everybody would have skin cancer. That works outside and stuff, you know?
They're wearing hats and shit, man. They're wearing sunscreen. No one's just like out in the sun all day.
They are now.
That was back in the day. Rice pickers back in the day. What are they wearing? Big old hats. There's a
It
reason.
was hot.
No.
The sun off you.
Yes. Oh my god.
To be
You
comfortable.
even hear yourself.
No,
Anyways,
yeah, and not to get burned because burning hurts.
burning hurts.
When your body is
Chemical.
hurting, it's telling you like you shouldn't have done that.
Is this what I sound like when you go through stuff? Like
Yeah.
just like wacky ass comments.
That's why I'm always like, shut up! I'm trying to get this information out.
Oh my god. Anyways,
I'm understanding.
it.
I think we're both understanding each other right now.
damn, someone needs to keep this going. Anyways, so the whole idea behind the don't wear the sunscreen is the chemicals in sunscreens. And this is the same concept, I think, for a lot of things, that you get what you pay for. And there's a lot of sunscreen out there that is like super cheap. And this article, I mean, it's kind of
Sunscreen's not cheap.
it's kind of crazy. Sunscreen is not cheap, but there's some sunscreens that are much cheaper than others, and there's a reason why they're much cheaper. And a lot of them, like it says, only 5% met their safety standards. Over 40% were listed as potentially contributing to skin cancer, which I don't believe that's true. But
That's
I
because
do
they're
believe
not as protective.
I do believe that it's not as like what's going into that bottle and saying this is going to prevent sun damage isn't as regulated as maybe it should be or not should be. I don't know, but you get what you
But
pay
are they
for.
regulating what's perhaps leaching into your skin?
No, that's what we're saying is that the suntan lotions aren't saying what they are.
Okay.
Or they're saying that they have these chemicals into it. You can't put something in a bottle that you can't label it. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, buying really cheap sunscreen and then going out in the sun and putting that on, you know, like, what's the pros and drawbacks there? You know, like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
preventing sun damage, but then I'm having these chemicals leach into my skin. Why don't I buy like a really nice sunscreen that can prevent sun damage but also not leach into my skin? Do you know what I mean?
If you buy some copper tone, you're not getting a tan. but if you buy some Walgreens brand, you're getting a tan because you.
I don't know. Copper tone might be the bad ones. I don't know.
It might, no, I mean it works though.
I don't.
The other thing that's weird is I actually know this.
Did
a lot
you
of people
drink
don't.
the rest of my whiskey?
No, just mine. SPF. Do you know what SPF is?
There's like SPF and then block. They're like two different things, right?
Yeah. So I think it's like, it might stand for sun protection factor, but that might be too convenient. But when you go from like a 5 to a 30,
That's just time, right?
yeah, and
It's like how long
it
you
lasts.
have. Right, but who's reapplying every 5 minutes?
Exactly. So people just think that if you put a lesser one on, then it's letting more sun in. But it's the SPF
lasts
is how long it
shorter.
lasts. Yeah. So if you want a lot of suntan protection or sun protection, you just get a higher SPF.
So you have to put that. It's like block. Like it's a different.
Sunblock.
Dude, I don't know, but that's fucking weird that there's a lotion that you put on your body that protects you from the sun.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And that's just not natural to me.
That is not natural. That's weird. You know? Like,
It's the sun.
I don't
It's not like
know.
driving in a car where you put a seatbelt on because,
It's the sun. It's everywhere.
yeah, their cars were something that we created throughout time. The sun's pretty important to our existence
Yeah.
as human beings.
Yeah, like were we supposed to wear clothes as like human beings?
I'm pro sun.
Oh my god. Do
decided.
you think we were supposed to wear clothes?
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, no.
Why?
But then Adam and Eve
Those bitches.
screwed it all up, and then
I think
God
I
said
would
you're going to be embarrassed.
I
Put
would
some
prefer
clothes
to
on.
be a nudist.
Not me.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not comfortable naked?
I'm getting more comfortable, but
I
I don't want to see everybody naked. Can you imagine?
I would love it because I would rise to the top. I'd walk down the street with like strutting. Like that naked guy I saw walking down Broad Street. He
didn't
was
give a shit.
strutting.
That's true. He was not in any sort of good health or shape, but
No, and he was like, "What's up with
he had
my
the confidence.
flaccid penis?" Anyways, that was that article. That wasn't even like the article I first wanted to talk about. I got this podcast, man. I could lose you, you know.
All right, I'll
I'm
step
just
back
kidding.
then.
I'm just kidding. Don't leave.
You bring it home.
Do we want to go into a different one? There's a lot of talk about Beyond Beef and the whole alternative meat company. But I don't know. It's not that interesting. Basically, just
That's
like
a whole different topic.
fake
but
meat is just like really well off now. Like
There's-
Beyond Beef is super expensive or super doing well. You know.
Yeah, it's
That's
gone
not-
up and it's starting to drop, and that's when you're supposed to buy it.
Well, let's buy some more.
Like Facebook
Penetrate
came
that
out.
meat market. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Hold on, it says that both Williams and Stone followed a plant-based diet and wanted to penetrate the meat market.
Gross.
That's what this. Okay, sorry. This article is
Is
about.
that the joke? or-
No, this is dead serious. So, the article says that the Twitter co-founder, this guy Evan Williams.
Yeah, he invested more in that than he did Twitter.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, I don't know, but like Leonardo DiCaprio, John Sally. Who's John Sally?
No idea.
Okay, well, John Sally, and then it said Shaq.
Shaq's in
Yeah,
on it?
Shaq's in on this.
Wow.
So all these people are investing in Beyond Beef, buying up all these.
So like big IPO, like when big companies go public
Mm-hmm.
that are very successful, like Facebook, typically it'll hit hard.
It did. That's
and
exactly
it did,
what. Mm-hmm.
And then it'll drop a little bit. And everyone will be like, oh, thank God I didn't get in on that. And that's what Facebook did. I remember saying that, like, oh, that was a bust.
Oh,
and
thank God I didn't buy Facebook stock.
Yeah, and then it fucking takes off
Okay,
and
so
goes astronomically high and just stays there.
Okay. Well, let's
So right
Buy
now,
some more.
it took a little dip, more than
more than.
2 shares.
Yeah.
We have like $150 invested in this. You sure you want to
Damn.
go deeper?
Damn. You know.
But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We probably should.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's doing good though. Not to change the
is?
subject, but we should bring our friend.
Crypto vegan currency.
Yes.
Anyways, hold on. I want to talk about this article, but to switch it up, this guy, the Twitter guy, along with all these famous people or whatever, are buying up all Beyond Beef IPO
Yeah.
and
Impossible's going to
they're
go public
trying
pretty
to-
soon too.
penetrate the meat market. I'm not kidding you. That's written in like this reputable article.
It should be, like, if we didn't call this Lisa Beats Your Meat, it would
Definitely.
be called
Penetrate
Penetrating the Meat Market.
for sure. Oh my God! Do you know that the company's saw its valuation leap from 1.2 billion to 3.8 billion on its first day?
It's insane.
That is, and like, let's just for a second, like Beyond Beef was like not even that big that long ago, and now it's a $3.8 billion company.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Like, it used to just be like tofuti, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I used to, that's all I had.
We should just put all our money into this.
Maybe.
And just stop trying to get rich off something else.
I
But
don't know.
these are the things that, like, in 20 years, are we going to be like,
We should have done that.
we almost invested in Beyond Meat.
Right. We really should. We're going to invest in me, though. We can finish off the night with, so like,
We could ask for help.
yeah, to be very frank, I have my idea for my cutting board. I think I've talked about my cutting boards before.
A while ago.
Okay. Well, I bought the stuff on Amazon to make a prototype.
Oh,
Do you know that?
no.
So I'm gonna I have this idea for a cutting board, right? And it's like a silly idea, but it's so simple.
If you're in any sort of manufacturing or
Well, I
could
think-
help Lisa
think-
develop this,
I think I can manufacture.
don't give
I think
too
I'm-
much away.
I think I can make it. I was thinking about that if someone out there is listening to me and like steals this idea, that would just be bad karma for them. Okay. So
Okay.
like if that happens, I just
Good-
feel bad for those
Good
people.
business plan.
Because that's just mean, okay?
Any
So don't-
lawyers out there
Don't
too?
steal my plans. But my plan is to have this cutting board that's a clear cutting board that you can stick a recipe inside the cutting board. So when you're cutting up your fruits and vegetables for dinner, the recipe is like right there on your cutting board. And I bought some plastic ones. I bought some glass ones. I don't necessarily like cutting on glass, but it might have to be glass because that's, first of all,
A really good knife's gonna mar up any sort of plastic. Is my thought.
okay, but also, and I'm just like brainstorming here, but glass is a more like, it's not plastic, you know. It's like better than
Yeah.
We don't like plastic, so
Yeah, you
a
don't know
glass
what's
one
going on
might
with
be
plastic.
better, and it would
But
be
there's-
easier to see through.
Yeah.
What?
And a glass will not cut at all, or
Yeah.
a knife will not damage it. But there are materials that are super resistant, but you also you don't want anything leaching onto food and
Right.
things like that.
I think glass might be the way to go. I mean,
Okay,
So, or like acrylic.
no one steals this.
I know. Well, don't steal it. I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna sell these. They're gonna be available on Amazon. I got my patent applying for a patent, so it's
Lisa
patent
Beats Your Meat
pending.
cutting boards.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good name. I don't know what it's gonna be called.
Lisa
Cutting board 2.0.
penetrates the meat market.
the cutting board. I just think it's it's a simple yet very easy like idea. And so like when people bought this cutting board, I'd send along some recipes that fit in there.
Is there something that we should be brainstorming in private?
Maybe we should.
No, beaters are
wrap it up.
cool. Beaters are cool. Email us some ideas. But is there something, I don't cook, that a vegan,
Specifically needs out of a cutting board? No.
that a meat person wouldn't?
No. We use the same cutting board.
Because you have to.
It's a vegan specific cutting board?
Yeah. So just, you don't have to come up with an idea now. But is there something that,
They get like meat eaters get like shocked every time they touch it.
no,
You
I
know?
mean, like, do vegetables have more moisture coming out of them? Like,
No, but vegetable eaters have more moisture coming out of them.
Oh my God. They're tan and wet, folks.
All right, we gotta go. But my idea,
just brainstorming.
my idea of cutting boards, it's happening, and it's a silly, like, kind of stupid idea. But I'm gonna give it my all, you know.
And whatever we have
And
left,
with my
we're gonna
recipes,
invest in Beyond Meat.
right? No, but that was it. Thanks for listening to me taking the reins tonight.
That's fun. I think we
I'm
learned a
gonna-
lot about each other's roles in this show.
I think our listeners learned a lot in general. I
It's
think
fun.
it was
It's-
really concise.
It's like fun for me to like
you know,
just be thinking about what you're saying.
it was
and
like they heard points, you know, They understood what we were talking about.
Yeah.
There was a progression. There was a beginning, middle, and end. You know, it flowed.
Unlike my shows.
I'm not, I don't want to say. I'm just saying unlike some people's.
Change the name.
So Jimmy beats your meat?
Yeah.
Jimmy beats meat. Jimmy gets his meat beat.
There you go.
Nah, it's okay. We did that yesterday. All right. Thanks for listening.
Damn. Right at an hour.
Oh,
Look at you.
perfect.
I'm pro.
And again, stress it. Vote. Please vote. Vote, vote, vote. Again and again and again.
Yeah, if
And
you're listening to this immediately, you can still vote until the 31st.
at 12 o'clock.
You're hearing this on the 30th. But if you don't, still come on our party bus. If you live anywhere near Columbus, Ohio,
Come visit.
come visit. We'll rent it all night. You can sleep on it. Just kidding. Get
get
a
an
hotel room or
RV.
something. We have a tiny home. You can't sleep here, but actually you can sleep on our couch.
Okay. Well, again, thanks for listening. Rate us and like us on Instagram and Twitter and all that fun stuff.
Email us.
Buy Bitcoin. Buy some Beyond Beef burgers. If you need a real estate agent, use me. What else can I whore myself out for? Buy my cutting board in the future.
Yep.
That's it.